Let us start with the concept of indigo. So, what is indigo? Indigo is a tropical plant which produces a blue color dye that is used to color textiles. Textile means clothes. There was a huge demand of indigo in place of Britain textile factories. Wood plant produce pale and dull color while the indigo produces a rich blue color. This is why the cloth dyers preferred indigo as a dye. At the end of 18th century, the demand for Indian indigo was raised very high. The production of indigo in the world between 1783 and 1789 fell by half. British turned to India for its supply. Let us look at some statistics to prove the rapid increase in indigo cultivation. 1788, 30% of the indigo imported into Britain was from India. 1810, 95% of the indigo imported into Britain was also from India. As the indigo trade grew, commercial agents and officials of the company began investing in indigo production. Indigo production became a very profitable business. Many Scotsmen and Englishmen came to India and became indigo planters. Indigo cultivation, niche and royalty. According to the niche system, indigo was grown in plantation owned by rich planters, that is Britishers. The crop was cultivated by laborers. The planter produced indigo in lands that he directly owned. He either bought the land or rented it from other zamindars and produced indigo by directly employing hired laborers. This system had its set of problems. That is, the planters found it difficult to expand the area under niche cultivation. The planters were only able to set small plots of land which were scattered over a large area. These small plots were not fertile and only fertile land was necessary for indigo cultivation. Niche cultivation on a large scale required many ploughs and bullocks. A reasonable big niche cultivation needed around 2000 blocks. Ploughs means farming tools. Now next is the royalty system of cultivation. This is the other system of cultivation. Under the royalty system, the planters forced the royals or peasants to sign a contract, that is satta. The peasants received a loan from the planters to cultivate their land. Planters means British. Due to this, the peasants were forced to cultivate indigo in 25% of their land. The price the peasants or royals got for the indigo they produced was very low. The cycle of loans never ended. The planters insisted that indigo be cultivated on the best soil in which peasants preferred to cultivate rice. As the indigo plant had deep roots, it exhausted the soil fertility and the land was unfit for rice cultivation. Preparation of the indigo dye. The traditional process for making indigo comprised of 3 stages. First stage, the indigo leaves were fermented in a steeping vat. Second, then a liquid was extracted and oxidized in a beating vat. Third, a blue precipitate was allowed to form from the liquid in a settling vat and then collected, dried and compacted. A vat is a huge tub used to store liquid. 3 or 4 vats were needed to manufacture the dye. The first vat was used to soak the indigo leaves in warm water for fermenting. The second vat was used to store the clear liquid that is drained after fermenting. The third vat is used to press and dye the sediments. The dye is now ready for sale. Now let's see a video of how a indigo dye is being produced from a indigo plant. Now, let's start with the last topic of this chapter, the Blue Rebellion and after. Blue Rebellion is also known as Indigo Revolt. It took place by the year 1859. There were so many difficulties involved in the cultivation of indigo, and also it was not beneficial for the peasants. Zamindar and village headmen were forced to sign the contract by the planters, that is Britisher. Rights were also tortured by the planters, Lathials, that is Gunde, during the process of cultivation. So, with the help of zamindars and village headmen, these peasants decided to oppose the planters by refusing to pay the rent, attacking up the indigo factories, beating up the Gomastans who came to collect the revenue. During this time, Lieutenant Governor visited the indigo district. The peasants thought that the British government is also supporting them. In addition, Magistrate Ashley Eden issued a notice in Barasat stating that no one will be forced to sign the indigo contracts. This was actually done to control the anger of the peasants, but it was mistaken that the Queen Victoria ordered to stop cultivate indigo as a part of rebellion. The problem gets worsened because of the visit of Mahatma Gandhiji. Mahatma Gandhi's visit to Champaran in 1717 helped the struggle of the indigo farmers in the area to the attention of the nation. So likewise, we ended with this chapter. Thank you.